Hello once again, my friends, my fellow Star Trek lovers, my fellow modelers, my fellow historians, and my fellow lovers of everything interesting. I got another little goodie to share with you guys today. This is going to be another model kit, but it's going to be a little bit different. I actually want to show you is the OSEBERG. And I actually did a history on the OSEBERG. Pretty fascinating. This ship is the most well-preserved Viking ship in the world. And I had gotten this model. It was almost an afterthought. I had wanted to get the larger one, but it was more expensive. And to make a long story short, I actually got this model at a really, really good price. So, without further ado, my friends, let's go over to the desk where there's more light and there's more room, and I'll show you guys the OSEBERG, the wooden model. Okay, let's take a look at the mini OSEBERG. And this model kit is from Billing Boats, and those of you that know anything about wooden model ships, Billing Boats is really amazing. I would love to get the Titanic version, but I do not have that money. So this is the only, as of right now, the only Billing Boats model kit that I own. This is the OSEBERG, and this is, like I said, I'll put the link to her history in the description. It's really cool. I had done a video devoted to her history. They actually found her. She was well preserved, and they didn't find her in the ocean. They found her in a field. A farmer actually had come across her, and the ship was used for burial. But look, getting back to the model, you can see the mini OSEBERG. This is the easy build series, so this isn't the most difficult model. Assemble this easy to build model of a Viking ship, and it can be used on water. It really floats. You can see the mark, easy build, and you can see a picture of the finished model. So looking at the sides of the box, you can see again mini OSEBERG, and it's pretty basic. The ends of the box as well, they just have a picture of the finished model. And going over to the back, you can see they have the instructions. Now this is really, really easy. And it'd be refreshing to do a model that's pretty easy. I've been gearing up, getting ready for the Oakry, the Flying Dutchman, and we're actually going to be doing the HMS Victory soon. So the requirements for this are a hobby knife, white glue, and paint. You can see the sail. Looks like we're gonna have to paint the sail. And you can see the barcode. And this was made in Denmark. So they don't have plastic wrap on it, they have the seal, the Billing Boats quality seal. So let's open the kit up. And let's put the light on. Might be a little, there we go. So when we open it up, we've got a bag full of items, and everything is in the bag. So I'm going to go ahead, we'll put this back up and use it as a backdrop. Put that right there. Okay. You can see the sail, the wood pieces, the instructions, the mast. So let's go ahead and open it up. So I'm going to just take everything out. We'll do it that way. That's everything, so we'll put that aside for now. Okay. You can see the pieces of wood. I'm sure one of these is going to be the mast. I think that will be this piece right here. Then we have a lot of other smaller pieces. And they're round, so you can see the best way to tell that they're round is looking at the ends. There's a couple of pieces that could be used for planking. You can see the deck looks like it's planked. So moving on, you can see the sail, and it looks like another sail to do by scratch, like I had just done the first wooden ship I ever did. It had a cloth that we made sails out of, and looks like we're going to have to do the same thing for this. The next, we go on to the sheet of wood. This looks like 2160L, and this pretty much is going to be the bottom of the ship. You see the other pieces. Looks like that could be the rudder. I'm showing you guys the bottom where it was laser cut. And this will show us the sides of the ship. It's really, really beautiful ship. The real ship has a lot of ornate carvings that go down along the sides, and you can see the little circles that are going to sides. Now each side of the ship actually had 15 holes for the oars, because technically it could sail, but that wouldn't get the most out of the sail that's actually on it. It was mostly made for rowers, where she got her power. And you can probably tell by looking at her that she's not made for the open ocean. Matter of fact, she was just made for the shorelines close to land. You can see the different little pieces. And again, this is going to be pretty fun. This feels like it's mobile and it's flexible. It's going to have to be, because these are going to fold around the main piece. So the instructions say easy to build, but maybe it's easy to build to somebody experienced, but I have very little experience making these models. You can see the rigging now. We have the rigging that are going to go up to the top of the mast. Not a lot of rigging, but there is still rigging nonetheless. Let's see, we've got a couple of, looks like this is the warranty or the guarantee. Dear customer, please go carefully through the contents of your kit before assembling. Should any problems arise, please use the address shown below to send to a respective distributor in your country. These can be found on billingboats.com. Thank you. And it's got different languages. You can see the bottom, billingsboats.com service. If you want to send the information back. Okay, so now this looks like kit number 302, the mini OSEBERG, or the OSEBERG. Table of contents. It looks like it gives you a parts list right there, as well as showing you the areas where we're going to have to straight down and paint the sail. So basically it gives us the same information that was on the back of the box. You can see how the main thing is going to go together, and you can actually see it looks like those are going to be the oars, and you can see the little channels it's going to hold the oars, and it gives you the measurements on how to cut, and it shows you the instructions for the rigging at the bottom. And again, we have the table of contents and the sail on what we're going to need to do. This is probably in a different language over here. Going to the back, we get the same thing. We've got the instructions. So that's basically everything in this kit. So it should be relatively simple. You can see how it's together. What we're going to do is, do they have those on here? Now there are different levels of the straking on the hull of the ship where it overlaps, and it looks like they're using lines to simulate the straking that's actually on the ship, and along the edge is where they have all the carvings. You can see on the deck how it looks like we use the planking, where we're going to plank the deck, and we're going to bring the halves together, put it up against the bottom of the ship, and then we're going to put the circles on. It reminds me of shields. They could be to protect the rowers from enemy fire, but I'm not quite sure. And you can see the mast and the sail. Now, they didn't stain the ship at all. When we build it, I'd like to do it the way she looks in the museum, and she's very ornate, she's stained, and we'll do it that way. But my friends, I just wanted to introduce you to the Mini OSEBERG, and I got this model, I think it was like under $10, I think it was $9.95. And I figured if I could get more experience on working with wood model ships, and it only cost $9.95, then I am going to do that. Because you can see it's a pretty decent sized ship. Looks to be almost a foot, just about a foot. Actually, we'll do it officially. Let's get so from the tip of the bow to the tip of the stern, it's just about 8.5 inches. And of course, these will come out a little bit more. So the widest or the longest point of these are just about 9.25 inches. So it's a pretty decent sized model. They market this as a children's model. Again, to some of the guys that make the Oakry ships, some of the videos on YouTube are just absolutely phenomenal. I am nowhere near that level, and I'm just hoping that this will come out looking like that. So, my friends, for the kit itself, it's really basic. There's not a whole lot to it. We got all the stuff that we need, except the paint, and we'll be painting the sail. You can actually see how we have to cut a small little indentation on the bottom, or it might go lengthwise. So small little indentation on the bottom. We'll paint the lines, and then we can run it up the mast, and we'll be able to put the sail on. But again, you can see these little pieces that we're going to use to plank the deck, because they actually have planking. And you can see how we're going to do it, and then how that's eventually going to go in, and the sides are going to go along the bottom. So it's relatively simple. Again, for someone that makes these regularly, this is going to be no problem. But for me, I'm new to the ship model building, the wood scene, so I'm hoping it just comes out looking close to that. And we're going to stain it to make it look as close to the actual ship as possible. So my friends, until we start the build, I just wanted to introduce you to this model. And until we begin, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.